Do, do, do. Closing time. The damn mosquito in here. Son of a.
How y'all doing today?
Doing good, doing good. Let's have some fun. It should be a real easy one.
JJ feeling better?
Yeah, yeah, I'm feeling a little better.
Good.
I got some new cough drops. They really clean me. Becky buys those Ludens, and those are just candy to me. I'll just eat those.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
3 4 3 4 3 4.
Okay, I can hear JJ Lou say something.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep, we're Gucci. We are all
Okay, good.
we are all set onto the path of greatness. As I just got bit by a mosquito. You son of a bitch.
You come up here with me, man. It's
They're not here. They're not around, right?
there's 17 degrees here, man.
Why am I so delicious? So delicious. Alrighty then. Yo, what to do? GG Nation, GG Legions, your fella again. Strauss fan, the GG. Welcome to another episode of GG and Friends. Episode 66, 2021 Memories. We're going to go through all our favorite things, all the standout things this year for us in gaming, movies, TV, video games. I think I already said gaming, but anything we want to talk about. I always do this at the end of the year. I did not do this last year because of pandemic reasons, and that flew by anyway, December. But we're gonna lose JJ in probably about an hour, but we're gonna have some fun here. We're gonna just go around, do a red robin. If you're new to GG and Friends, we talk about all things gaming. We talk about we sneak in some movie reviews here and there. We haven't done that in a minute, but we talk all things gaming, and the whole purpose of the pod and the channel is to get you outside your comfort zone, play a lot of different games, and hear the games that we like to play, and see what games you guys like to play as well. But I think today was... What up, Shannon? How you doing? I think today was not today. This year, I think, was a very underrated and underappreciated year for video games, at least. I think there were so many great games, and a lot of people didn't know what game of the year was. We didn't have that outstanding, quote unquote, one game, which I think was a great thing in the long run, because it has more variety and everybody gets their chance to pick. But I got JJ. I was able to nab JJ for a little bit, and of course we got Skip to my Lou. How you doing, Lou?
Good.
All right. I think we're all gonna probably start with this, and I'm just gonna give you forewarning. We're going to probably do a little mini spoiler cast here of Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm sure one of us was going to bring it up. Let's just kick it. Let's just kick it right now. Let's just talk about it. And just forewarning, you can zoom a little past this if you want. Sorry, I'm scratching my feet because I just got bit by a mosquito. but we're going to talk some Spider-Man No Way Home. We all saw it again. Spoilers. I'll help JJ out already. Just put that warning out there. You can skip ahead if you want. But let's just let's get into it. What did everyone think of No Way Home? Let's start with you, JJ.
I loved it. I thought they did a great job. It really is a nostalgia movie. If you grew up, watching the Raimi movies and the Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, you like those. So I thought they did an excellent job with it. They handled everything pretty well.
What about you, Lulu?
I thought it was really well. I think it's the best movie of the year that Marvel's released.
Yeah, I think by far.
Yeah, by far. I I really enjoyed it from beginning to end, and I'm sure we're gonna get more into it in a minute. So
For
yeah,
for a movie for 2.5 hours, man, it went by really quick, and it was just pretty much a fun ride from beginning to end. A lot, like JJ mentioned, a lot of nostalgia boners. If you're a dude, if you're a dude. A lot of nostalgia boners. It was a real packed theater on a Sunday night when I saw it with Dad, and like the most packed I've seen it in a long fucking time. I mean, I went to Ghostbusters with him, and it was like not 2 people, like 8 people were in there. Like this shit was packed. I mean, it was, and it was a really fun experience, man. I just think it was pretty well written, really fun. Obviously, I'm the big Spider-Man guy here. He's him and Wolverine are my 2 favorite superheroes of all time. And luckily enough, they're getting video games. They're getting more video games, which is pretty damn cool. But man, the action, the sequences, how they used Doctor Strange, how they incorporated him in the damn movie. Lou and I talked about it previously before it came out. Like, oh, are they going to do a shapeshifter type thing? Like, why the hell would Doctor Strange just do this? Well, it was just funny. It was more Spider-Man fudged it up. He fudged the cell.
Yeah.
He fudged it up. He's like, stop it. Just stop saying things. And then there's, a powerful lesson at the end. He has to make a huge fucking sacrifice. Like, a big one. And of course, the worst kept secret. The other 2 are in there. Garfield and Toby. Toby didn't look too bad. He didn't look too old, man. He looked all right to me.
yeah.
Yeah, they didn't do anything with his face or anything. They let him just be him. It was pretty good. So,
His intro was so great too, because I thought he was the first one. I was like, oh, it's gotta be. It's Toby, the first one. And then then the other portal opens and it's like, oh, hey, I'm just in my normal clothes. What's up, guys? What's up, everybody?
Yeah, Seth was the opposite. He knew the first one was Garfield because that's the Spider-Man he grew up with. That's the one that's the first movie he went. So it's the first movie I ever took him to I think he was only 2.
Yeah.
So it's the first movie he ever saw, and that's the Spider-Man he grew up with. So yeah. Toby showed up. What did he say? A cool youth pastor.
Yeah, that was funny as shit, man. The interaction between the 3 was just so damn good. It was so well. I think they redeemed Toby, even though that's everybody's favorite. They redeemed him on, definitely a certain scene with Green Goblin, and then they redeemed Andrew a lot. I think Andrew got the short end of the stick when he signed that 6-year deal for a movie, and they're like, hey, we got an 18-year-old to replace you. Like, he signed on for a long term, and I didn't think he was that bad. I thought he was actually a pretty good Spider-Man. He had the look as Spider-Man in the suit. He really did, where I felt like Toby was the better Peter, and I feel like Tom is the best in both worlds. He's a good Peter, and he's a really good Spider-Man.
They casted like a teenager to play a teenager for once. You don't see that too often. So
a lot of people forget that. Spider-Man's like 15.
Yeah, he's in most iterations. Yeah, he's like even Toby's. He was in high school when it started.
Yeah, but he was like 28 or 30 or something. But those movies still hold up, besides 3.
They do. Yeah, three's tough. 3's a tough one, but 1 and 2 are really good.
You want to chime in here, Lulu? Don't feel left out.
No, I'm listening. I thought Andrew was really good in the movie, though. I think Andrew was the best of the.
I thought he had the best clip.
Yeah.
I thought because he obviously people think he's the worst, so they gave him the best. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I think he really made his mark there, and hopefully we get an Amazing Spider-Man 3. That's kind of been something that's been floating around on social media that fans want to see over the past weekend. That would be nice.
I don't know if you guys are going to Morbius, but supposedly he was on the set of Morbius. So Lou's rumor might be coming true.
So my theory
that he's in that universe. He's in
the Sonyverse.
The Sonyverse, yeah. Which technically they all are, but obviously they're sharing. They let Marvel use Tom, and then Toby, he has a lot of back problems and stuff, so I don't know if he really wants to continue. It'll be interesting to see what they do because they're opening on a big can of worms with the multiverse, and you can have a lot of fun with this. You can have a lot of fun, which they did, and that's what I felt like this Marvel movie compared to all the other ones this year. It's just it has a lot of fun, and there was a lot of weight, and it had a lot of great story and expectations and consequences and shit. And it really felt like an old MCU movie to me. It really felt like Endgame, the Endgame era or stuff where Black Widow didn't feel like that to me, and I haven't seen Shang-Chi yet, and I haven't seen Eternals yet.
I haven't seen Eternals yet either.
The funny thing about the Toby thing, I thought Toby would die. And I thought that's what
technically he
was
should have.
going
He got
to
stabbed in
happen.
the kidney, or it's not pretty.
No.
But from what I understand is that they might use him in future films.
Yeah. I think he'll be a more cameo centric, and of course we didn't even talk. The big thing is Charlie Cox is back. Daredevil's back. Like Daredevil's fucking back, which is so damn
great.
cool. I was not expecting that. It just came out of nowhere. It was so awesome. Daredevil.
Yeah.
Daredevil's always kind of been a mentor to Spider-Man in a lot of comics and iterations of animation. He's always been palling around with Spider-Man, so it's just cool to see him in there because that's kind of what the Netflix shows were so well done in terms of they were edgy, more violent stuff like that, and it was just cool to finally kind of merge them together a little bit, to show you that it could work a little bit. Obviously, he's not there for a long time; he's there for like 30 seconds, a minute, maybe. Like I think it's like a minute scene, but it can show you that we'll see what they do with Deadpool and some other characters.
Have you watched Hawkeye yet?
I haven't. No. Oh, you're talking to Lou. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I have.
I won't say anything.
Levi don't say anything because Levi hasn't seen it.
Yeah,
but
outside of Hawkeye, like what's cool is that the Disney Plus shows have a lot of weight to the.
Yeah, they connect. Yeah.
He does.
Which
does
I'm
know,
so far behind on. Go ahead, Lou. Sorry.
JJ, he does know that someone from the Daredevil universe is actually in Hawkeye.
Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday.
He does know that.
Yeah. So
he does know that.
I like how they played it too. Like they put teaser before Spider-Man came out, and they finished it after the movie came out. And they actually planned it very well. It was pretty good.
And it wasn't spoiled for me. I saw it 2 days later or 3 days later because I think it came out Thursday, and I saw it Sunday. So obviously I'm not a big Twitter head, so I didn't really have that.
No. Not even about that spoiler. Like even credit sequence of the Doctor Strange one.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool to see that, like, even the craziest show, like What If, still holds weight in the MCU.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that they tie it all together with even the What If series even as a tie-in.
Yeah.
So
excellent movie. Go check it out. I got the other two on Blu-ray, so I got to pick this one up when it comes out. Let's move on to I'm gonna let JJ take the reins because he's not gonna be here the longest. But what do you want to start? What was one of the spectacular things for you this year? Standout things, gaming, movies, TV, whatever you want to talk about.
The obvious one and the one that we all three of us talked about, even though Elo wants to take credit, is It Takes Two did a very good job. I remember when it came out. My favorite game of the year, and then for it to win game of the year was pretty cool. But I had a lot of fun playing that with Levi. It was a very good story, and we played his other game too.
A No Way Out.
A
Way Out.
Yeah.
A Way Out.
Yeah. I got drunk doing that. That was fun too.
We did that in 2 streams, JJ and I. Way Out. We played them in 2 streams, and I remember in A Way Out, like I got my new gold, my new gold controller, and we had to press X really, really hard And I went hard. I went ham, but I tired myself out. I'm like, JJ, you gotta finish. JJ did it. And he finished it. We got the flat. Because it was the damn exercise game. And they didn't fuck around with it. Like, you really had to freaking mash the hell out of it. And I'm thinking in my head, like, no, my new controller, but I'm getting tired. Oh, no.
It Takes Two was fantastically done. It was my favorite game of the year.
In my
I had the most fun playing it.
my personal opinion, a huge upgrade over A Way Out. The budget was much bigger. You could see it. Creativity was off the rails too on it. It was so excellent. What a heartwarming story of making your daughter cry. That is so beautiful.
And to make so many game genres into one game was to make her cry. Fuck you.
Ripping that beautiful slight spoiler, ripping that beautiful elephant apart. So
it's heartbreaking.
I love
Levi's into that. I love that game.
But you're right. Like, they mixed so many genres together. I got to play it 3 times. I played it twice with JJ, and I got to play it with Lou, which was really fun. Obviously, it was just a quickie in the sense that we were just doing that platinum run, so we weren't like particularly watching everything again. But the boss fights were fun. The creativity was really cool. The fact that we had to think about stuff a lot. Joseph Ferris, hands off. We talk. A lot of people talk shit about EA, but Joseph Ferris is a keeper. He's a winner. He's a winner. Like, he has some brilliant ideas, and his performance as the book was excellent too. Like, I think he did a great job, and the pure joy of him winning, Jeff Keighley's Game of the Year. It was excellent. It came out pretty early this year in March, but yeah, that was a standout. It was an absolute standout. You're right about that, JJ. You got anything to add on it, Lou? Anything you want to say about it?
Yeah, I think it takes
we're gonna skip Lou. No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
I think It Takes Two was probably my favorite game of the year to play.
Yeah.
Especially to play with people. I played with Dalek, and then I played with you. So it was kind of really cool. I like those type of story games. I also really enjoyed this year. We didn't really talk about it as much. Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Far Cry 6, I really enjoyed the boss just because of Breaking Bad. Let's see. I'm trying to think back of what else I played. Alan Wake was pretty decent. I haven't beat it yet, but I'm almost halfway through.
Ratchet and Clank, man. The return of Ratchet and Clank being fantastic.
Ratchet and Clank was really good. It should have probably won a couple awards at the Game Awards.
Yeah, that and Psychonauts are the two left out, and Ratchet and Clank had the highest Metacritic, I think, out of the games that were nominated for Game of the Year, which is good. Which is good that some other games are starting to win it a little bit, but I think that game deserved some love for sure. I was happy Returnal. That was probably one of my favorite. We're gonna do a little round run. I know Lou's rapid fire here. Let's simmer down, slow it down a little bit. But go ahead. Let's talk about the one you just brought up though, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, because that was a huge standout. Lou and I did our spoiler cast, and we thought this game was gonna get no love, no recognition at the Game Awards. The fact that it took home like 2 awards was awesome. It's really good. But so go ahead, talk about
Best Narrative.
Yeah,
it won Best Narrative.
It won Best Narrative, which was excellent, which was great to see, because I really thought that game was not going to get any love. A, because of reputation, and B, I think a lot of people forgot about that game. It came out, I think, the same month as Far Cry and all that. So, there's a lot of casual gamers out there. It has a bad reputation because of Avengers, right? It has that same look and feel, but man, what a better game. Go ahead, Lou. I know that's what you brought it up, so talk about it a little bit.
David said, by the way, that it didn't look good when they showcased it at E3, I think it was.
Yeah, everybody hated how it looked at E3, and even I was like, and they showed you all the boring enemies first, like the blob enemies first and stuff, so it's like, but man, that game, the creativity and as it goes through, so excellent. It's so good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed, as I mentioned before, Guardians of the Galaxy. Um, we talked about it a lot on the Spoilercast, so I don't know what else I could really say about it, but I really love that game. And I'm
What?
so glad that it
What up,
did get
Derek?
some love. So,
It,
go ahead.
well, it was nice to see them bounce back after put a lot of hours into Avengers, but it's obviously I know the three of us are more narrative driven people,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but it was nice to see them bounce back with such a great story and to do it the way they did, and they can thank the MCU a lot for it, just
Yeah.
for the opening the door, but they really busted open. They really went through it, and
Yeah.
the game was fantastic.
And they did it in a way, not only just to, like, if you really like that 2014 iteration of Guardians, James Gunn style, but they did it in their own way. Making the fake Star-Lord band, like, that band was kick-ass. It was awesome. Making
The soundtrack was amazing.
Making it a band that he really loved. That's why he took the name. That was really cool. His close relationship with his mom. A lot of the symbolism, like, a lot of things you got to do, where I actually kind of got a bad ending first, because of one particular scene. That won't spoil, his relationship with Nikki, like, I like how it's different, I don't know if this Star-Lord will fall in love with Gamora. Maybe they will. We'll see. I like Gamora a lot. I like Drax was excellent. Groot and Rocket, they all felt really good. I was really concerned about Star-Lord's voice. I did not like it at E3, but when I actually just played the game, I'm like, man, this guy is Star-Lord. Like, I don't know the actor, I don't know who he is. Kudos to you, excellent performance. And then the big fucking surprises and shit. I love Mantis. I won't spoil the other surprise. I'll leave that alone. But Mantis was excellent. Damn, she was good in that game. I really liked her a lot. And they actually had her kung fu origins, because that's what she did do. She made her different made her actual true comic book origin. And I just loved her goofiness and silliness, and that whole chapter was so good. It was just that. It was just fun, man. And that's the game made me smile from beginning to end. Go ahead, JJ. Sorry.
I said, if it's on sale, I think it is right now. I highly recommend playing it. If you're into story-driven games, it's 100% worth it.
Yeah, Lou and I have been preaching this game, screaming on the top of the mountain.
Yeah, it's.
Go buy it. It's go get it for Christmas. Go buy it for the New Year's sale. Go get it. Go play it. I want a sequel to this damn game, and I don't want you to ruin it. GG Nation, GG Legion. You damn it. You drop $30 on this game right now. I want to see this game succeed, but we'll see. I don't know the sales of it. I think it did very well in the UK. But they've been a little hush-hush, which I don't like. I don't really like the hush-hush.
I think it was the second highest selling game of October.
Yeah.
On the PlayStation Store. So, I mean, that's...
Okay, that's a good sign.
I think it was behind... FIFA. No, FIFA. It was ahead of Far Cry, actually. But I'm not sure.
Damn, if it's ahead of Far Cry, that's good. That's
October.
It was October. Yeah, it was the weekend.
Is Far Cry the end of September?
Far Cry was the beginning of October, like October 6th.
Okay.
I think Guardians was like October 22nd.
Yeah, it was. It was later.
Which if it was second, that means it sold really well on the PlayStation.
I think it did well on PlayStation at least, and it was multi-platform. So
good. That's good news to hear, because very optimistic and very cautious with this game, but I think it was pretty much just us three that had any hope for it, because we were like the only ones semi-excited. When we found out it was not multiplayer, it was story-driven, you're just playing as Star-Lord, and everything works well. Like, Star-Lord is fun to play as, and his comrades are awesome to command. Their moves are excellent.
And as my two, Guardians of the Galaxy is probably my favorite movie in the MCU, and for them, to try the similar aesthetic. And
every year it's Red Dead for you, Derek. Love you. Wow.
Every year. The best ongoing. What is it? The ongoing game.
Best ongoing game, Red Dead. Red Dead Redemption. Really Grand Theft Auto best ongoing game.
I don't know how that's not nominated every year.
Yeah.
I don't know how it doesn't win every year. There's no one that can compete with their $1 billion a day.
The first thing I want to start out, I want to give a big shout out this year, just especially to the JRPGs, man. The Japanese role playing games, man. Damn, what a fantastic year it was, and wow, they've been back better than ever since the last 5 years. You know, there was a big period of time, the PS3, 360 era, where it was like, man, they are going nowhere. It's basically just Final Fantasy. And then Persona made its way onto the scene. But man, what an excellent year, especially from Namco Bandai. I want to give a shout out to Scarlet Nexus and Tales of Arise. And people forgot about this one. It's a shame. It should have been nominated. And I do want to talk about it a little bit. But P5 Strikers looks like it's going to be one of the free games next month, which is awesome for everyone that didn't buy it. But an excellent damn sequel to P5, man. It was so good. It was forgotten. Should have been nominated for that. Should have been nominated for JRPG in that JRPG category, or RPG category. Sorry, because Cyberpunk was in there too. But there was only 5 nominees in that category, so it should have got love. It was one of the ones that was forgotten. Shin Megami Tensei 5. I put 60 hours in it already. It's an excellent experience. Another Atlas banger. Famous IGN quote of the century was Shin Megami Tensei 5. It's Persona with no heart. You know, it's a very dark game. A lot of characters you shouldn't probably get attached to. It's pretty fun. I need to get back into it and finish it. I'm like more than halfway through. But man, what a surprise with Scarlet Nexus. I played the demo and I thought it was really cool. It was really fun. But man, when I played the story and I platinumed it and I beat it twice, I was like, damn, this is a lot. I thought this was going to be a more happier type game. It was a lot darker type game. And actually really surprised. I'm not going to spoil anything. I know Lou picked it up and people are curious about it. There's three of the RPG. I probably played like 8 to 10 RPGs this year, which was like the most in a long, long time because it's just been that damn good of a fucking year for JRPGs. But Scarlet Nexus, Tales of Arise is obviously my game. It was my favorite game this year. And for P5 Strikers, I would wholeheartedly if you played P5 or P5 Royal. But I would recommend those 3 to any casual. I think Tales of Arise definitely takes that huge next step for Bandai Namco in the Tales of series. 25 years of it, you know. It sold 1 million plus within a week. It was the best-selling one. It had the highest Metacritic score, I think, ever for a Tales of game, like 87. It was a shame. It kind of got snubbed for Game of the Year. It probably should have been in there. But, man, wow, what an experience for both these games. Like, I'm trying not to spoil. I'm trying not to dive in. But they're just very good, man. Pick these up for end of the year sales, stuff like that. There's an awesome PlayStation sale going on. I know a lot of us are PlayStation heads here. We do talk a lot of Nintendo, and we do talk Xbox. We like Xbox too. We like Microsoft. But man, it really surprised me. Really surprised me on how excellent and how fun it was, and the potential. And both Bandai Namco games had a lot of controversy this year. You know, Scarlet Nexus. Controversy of going on Game Pass, so a lot of people didn't buy it. You know, very similar situation to Remedy and Control. They were very angry about that, right? Scarlet Nexus, good to know, it is on Game Pass now though. So go play it. You don't even if you have Game Pass, go play it. Go play that one. Tales of Rise is not there yet. Go pick that one up. A game about slavery. Very excellent. Very, very good. Very, very good. There is some flaws in it. The opening song is excellent. The combat system's excellent. I really like the characters a lot in Tales of Arise. There's only 6 of them. Very small party. They all...
They had a nice year this year.
What happened?
Back on that. Band. They had a nice year this year. They also had Little Nightmares
Little
as well.
Nightmares, yeah. Namco Bandai had awesome year, and then we got an announcement for a new fighter in Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Fighters. It's like, what the hell? Like, I thought that game was done, you know. So it might keep rolling a little bit, but I think the second half of the game could wear on some people. It gets very narrative focused, and where I felt like the first half of Tales of Rise did a really good job with balancing gameplay, narratives, and the narrative together. Very great cast of characters in my personal. Are they the best ever? No, I think the Persona cast is way better than they are. Are they the best Tales of cast? Probably not. I know a lot of people had a problem with Shion, the main heroine of the game. She's probably the most beautiful Tales of character ever created. But she has a very bitchy personality, and there's a big reason for it. It's very story driven. You can probably figure it out pretty early. But I thought it was handled pretty well. Some of the community of Tales of felt like it wasn't. Felt like it was too slow. She was just too bitchy all the time. She was negative Nancy, but I think her character arc was executed very nice. And plus, she was a really fun sniper. Really fun characters. Everybody loved Kisara. She was probably the favorite of the group. But man, excellent characters. Really fun. Really beautiful. They went on Unreal Engine. It really shows. I haven't played it on PS4. I heard I played the PS5. I'm speaking of the PS5 version, and the PS5 version is very excellent. 60 frames, very beautiful game. Huge next step for this series. Very happy for them. Excited to see what comes next for the Tales of series, but man, what a year for Namco Bandai. Those and JRPGs in general. They're so good, so excellent. What's your next thing, JJ? Go ahead.
Oh fuck! You just went on a.
Yeah, I kind of pulled a Lou. I kind of pulled a Lou, and but you guys really didn't play it. I couldn't do. I do apologize to the audience. I know a lot of them wanted to see a spoiler cast on a lot of these games. I wasn't able to because I was the only one on the channel that played it, so I couldn't.
You can do it yourself. Come on.
But go ahead, JJ. Your turn.
I really enjoyed the Ratchet game. Ratchet and Clank, I know we kind of mentioned it, but I thought it was It was way better than the remake.
The remake,
yeah, the remake,
yeah.
Yeah, it was a direct continuation. Because I didn't play a lot of them growing up. I'm aware of them, seen videos of them, but I love that game. I thought they handled the continuation of it very, very well. And, being the first real big PS5 Sony exclusive.
And it's a powerhouse. It showed it.
Yeah.
It showed it.
Yeah. So
I was quite surprised when it wasn't, because I was confused. I was like, is this continuation of the remake? But JJ clarified that on the spoiler cast. We thought it was a pretender for Game of the Year, and that ended up being true. But it was excellent experience, man. For a game that you could probably platinum in about 15, 16 hours. Man, the weapons are good. Insomniac, they have they're probably Sony's most efficient studio. The fact that they're rolling out all these titles, multitasking all the time. We know they got Wolverine in the lab. We got Spider-Man 2 on the way. Ratchet clearly ain't going away. A lot of the references to other, not just Insomniac, but other, PlayStation legacy titles like Sly Cooper and Uncharted and stuff with the time
Jack
gun.
and Daxter.
Jack and Daxter, yeah, it's awesome. I think I said this before about PS5, but I think this is going to be kind of a renaissance for a lot of those older PS1 titles, PS2 titles. I think we're going to see a lot of those come back. Twisted Metal, Sly Cooper, more Ratchet and Clank. I don't know if we'll see a Jack and Daxter.
Roar.
Oh, dude, Bloody Roar would be sick. That would be so awesome. That ain't probably going to happen, sad face. But but no. Ratchet and Clank, you hit the nail on the head. Excellent game, excellent series. Anything to chime in, Lou? Or do you want to go on to your next one?
You don't got nothing for this one? You skipped it. Well, you said Tales of Rise, right?
Well, I'm going JJ, you, and then me. That's why I'm going.
Okay. What else I played this year? I think I did play Little Nightmares, but that was last year, that game?
No, you played it this
They
year.
just released the PS5 version.
You played it this year. Little Nightmares 2, I think, was this year, to be honest with you.
Did they come out early this year? I thought it came out late last year. I'm trying
I think it
to
was
think.
early.
When did you play it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I played it this year, but
This is your interview,
Yeah, it's
buddy.
just, you don't have to worry. Yeah, it's just whatever it's just a fun little,
Oh, okay.
just whatever you thought was a standout game for you, or whatever you played this year or watched TV. It's a fun one, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. The Mass Effect trilogy. I'm still trying to work on 3, but the first 2 were great. I never got a chance to really play them when I was younger.
It's called Mass Effect Trilogy.
Yeah.
That's a different. We talk about that on a different channel.
Yeah.
I
That's
never
when we
really
do
got
our
a chance to
podcast
play
for porno.
Ooh. Okay.
On the hub. On the hub.
Like I said, I never really got a chance to play them. 2 was great. 1 was some stuff that I don't remember a lot from when I was younger when I played 1.
Yeah.
So it's nice for a refresher. I need to get to 3. I think that's the shortest one of the 3.
Yeah.
I'm
Also,
excited
maybe
for
a
that.
little bit messier too.
Huh?
Maybe a little bit messier of the 3 too, ending wise. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll probably clarify that with Mass Effect 4, though.
Yeah, I think so too. That's a good one to pick up. When I picked it up earlier, I was so excited. Platinum 1 right away. I'm like 10 to 15 hours into 2. I need to get back into it, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. Haven't played 3 before. I played only 2 when I was younger, and I loved it, and it still holds up for me. 1 for me was very, very fun, very, very short game, but I think 2 is so much better. It's such a bigger jump. I know some people don't like the streamline and simplicity of it, of 2, but I thought it was better. I thought that was the right call at that era at the time, especially the 360 era, which multiplayer and all that, like, shooters were really, really big. Still are. Still really big. Still dominate the market. And then 3, I just never got around to playing. I just never picked up or bought it. But the series I used to always tease my boss about was Mass Effect, and he used to get so mad at me. But I actually played 2 and loved it, and I thought it was excellent. I thought the characters were great. I had so much fun with making my choices and living with the consequences, not worrying about Paragon or Rogue, or I just kept doing whatever I felt was right. Where I think in this playthrough, because everything carried over, I tried to be Paragon as much as possible, just be the good guy. But Rogue is so much more fun, dude. When you punch people in the face and blow the tanks up and kill people, like, it's a good way to go. It's a good way to go.
I never really thought about it that way.
Yeah. And there's so many possibilities with it. What happened?
The dark side's always cooler.
Yeah, it's just really fun. I tend to play games like RPGs, like how I would portray myself as that character, to try to be, be more thinking more about the crew and the right choice, instead of just being like, I kind of just want to kill this guy. Cause a lot of problems. I got a lot of friends that are not like that, though. They just go in guns blazing, just kill. Okay, cool. Like, to me, I kind of wanted to save everybody. What happened?
Sidebar. On that mission on Far Cry 6, where you could shoot the guy, you're the only one who didn't, right?
No, I did.
Lou didn't? We all did, right?
No,
Lou didn't shoot him.
You walked the... No, I did. You didn't shoot him.
Oh, wait, yeah, you're right. I didn't shoot him, no.
Yeah, I thought...
Yeah.
That blew my mind, that you were the one that didn't.
Yeah. Well, when one said, hey, he's money, I'm like, all right, fine. You can make a good point. He's going to give us a lot of money. For one. That's why it clicked off to me. I didn't go like, oh, boom. Which, I didn't even know that was an option, to be honest with you. I didn't even think about it that way. When Juan because the line when he said that was like, hey, sometimes there is no true ally and whatever. So we'll need his money, and I'm like, all right, fine. That's a good point. Because I had every intent to shoot him, but then when he said that, I was like, oh, I didn't think about it that way.
I just figured that the way that the game is narrated, that they wanted me to shoot him and that he was wrong.
I know it's a quick sidebar. Again, spoiler alert, if you haven't played Far Cry 6, fast forward through this. I just want to ask Levi a question. Does he die anyway?
No, he stays alive.
Huh.
Yeah, he didn't die for me.
Oh,
But he's never really...
He killed him.
The thing is, though, like how they did it, though, is whatever your choice was, he's never really mentioned again, so...
Okay.
So it
I
didn't
just
really...
thought on the map, they X out their names and shit,
Yeah,
and I thought you're supposed to kill him.
Yeah, I think he still was X'd out or whatever. I just didn't think about it again. Unfortunately, Far Cry 6 is or Far Cry in general for me is kind of like comfort food. I'm just very casual. I'm just having fun. I don't think any of them have reached the heights of 3. I think 3 has been the most excellent one. I did really have a lot of fun with 6. I think 6, Giancarlo Esposito was excellent. It was so good. But I think narratively, Far Cry 6 is probably the worst one I played compared to all of them. 3, Blood Dragon, 4, 5, New Dawn, and this one. I think that one was the 6.
What about the
worst narrative one?
What's the one that you played with the mammoths and shit?
Oh, Primal. I also played Primal. Actually, yeah, Primal. I mean, it is a lot of noises. It is a lot of noises. But man, where else could you tame a giant grizzly bear? Far Cry 5. Cheeseburger.
I don't know.
But a lot of the prehistoric, like the saber tooth and stuff, it was so cool. Primal was excellent. It was excellent in terms of just fun. But yeah, you make a good point. That's a good point. The fact that I didn't even remember to even damn name it on my, that's probably a good point. But I don't mean that in a disrespectful way to this game, because this game was good. It was solid. It was really fun. But I think a lot of the tone and America's Bad stuff, I think I think a lot of that was, I don't know, because I'm replaying it again. I'm playing the PS4 version. Shout out to my buddy Shrooms from Down Under from Australia. Shout out to him, friend of the channel. Helped him out with the trophy. He's on his quest for 200 platinums. He's almost there, 177. Shout out to Shrooms. So it made me kind of replay it again. But I'm going at like a turtle effing pace with it, man. I am still on the first island. It's been like 3 days now. I'm still on the first island as female Danny. I'm going to play as female Danny this run too. But there is significant difference from PS4, PS5. PS5 is so much smoother. That game is so... I'm interested to see Tales of Arise, because I've been having an itch to replay and platinum that one again too. I'm interested to see the difference, because it is very noticeable to me, especially with my newer 4K TV and stuff. There is some hitches and stuff, and some of the background doesn't look as good, because this game, what I really like about 6 was the colors are so beautiful. They pop. The tropical nature of this, it's just the reds, the blues, it just all pops. It's excellent. And this
little chorizo.
Chorizo's the worst ally. Let's just be honest.
No.
Every time I ran him over, I felt good.
That's something Mark needs to fix. How many times I ran over one of those animals?
Next time I go to a con or something, we love chorizo. Steal chorizo.
I ran over that goddamn rooster 60,000 times.
Yeah.
Chicharron.
Chicharron.
If I run them over, do they die? You're like, nah, they just magically heal.
Guapo. I like the Panther the most. I think the Panther was the best one.
Yeah, that was my favorite one too.
Panther was the best one.
I didn't mean to interrupt Mass Effect. I just really want to know if some...
I know, you look awful. You look so worn out.
I am sick a little bit.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. My next one is really disappointing that Lou didn't mention it. You are a bastard, and I don't wish you a Merry Christmas. You know,
Madden
you're a bad
22.
person. I don't really.
Life is Strange.
I love no.
NBA
Returnal, my
2K22.
second favorite game this year, and it won a game award. I was very excited. It was Returnal. Very much loved the game. The gameplay was so excellent. Shout out to why am I forgetting the studio? Who was it?
House Marquee.
House Marquee. Shout out to them. They're welcome to the Sony family. They did an excellent job from them doing our first platinum together. Long story. 2013. Me and JJ. Resogun.
That was them?
That was them. To see them go from that to Super Stardust HD to this, giving a real shot, real studio money. Damn, man. I was very impressed. I am going to be the bad guy here, though, and say I didn't finish it yet. I need to go back and beat it and finish it.
That's why I didn't even mention it, because I didn't finish it either.
But the
thing
is, my two favorite games this year, JJ pointed it out, I'm a very narrative guy. I like the story. But my two favorite games here of the year that were so excellent to me was because of gameplay. And it was Tales of Arise and Returnal. The gameplay was so good that the stories were very cool. I liked where they were going. And I did like the story of Tales of Arise, but I do see the flaws in it. I can definitely admit it. Definitely see why people would have issues. But apparently the critics didn't. That game had an 87 Metacritic. Same thing with Returnal, had an 87 Metacritic. And the notorious nature of this game being too hard and people can't beat it. But I relished the challenge, man. It was so fun. Like, I understand some people, if you're beating your head against the wall, if you're trying to play for 5 hours, and like, I'll just do a run or two a day and just enjoy it. And like, okay, I got close. I fudged up. All right. Like, it's okay. But I like that. I like the challenge of the game. I like the story of this character is constantly repeating death. There's a reason for it. I heard it wasn't really that good, like great of a reason. I heard like the ending wasn't really anything. But House Marquee getting a chance to make a great game, excellent game. Man, I loved Returnal. JJ, and shout out to JJ. He beat the first boss.
Thank you.
He beat the first boss.
JJ.
He beat the first boss.
Than I did. I did it twice.
I did
it like 2 or 3 runs, and then I had to go play something.
JJ put I think 6 hours. I was shocked he put that much in Returnal, but shout out to him.
I love that, man.
Love the combat.
I only have so many hours in a week that I get to play games, and it's like you said, beating your head against the wall is tough. I'll come back to it, but I enjoyed the game. I thought that, dying and then coming back and getting a different gun, or it's like to me it's like a harder platformer, where you get to a point. Now this happens. I know this is happening. I can overcome it now.
And we can all speak to it, but the 3D audio headsets we have. My God, like the sounds of the creatures and the forest and the movement, and then the biomes are so different. They get so crazy,
Yeah.
You go on like effing Mars, it feels like, and then the third one, you're like in a robot planet. I'm like, shit, these robots are jerks.
Fucking hate robots.
Yeah, and it's so cool. And the bosses are so fun, and the creature designs. I just was really in love with this game, and I like those games with a challenge. And if JJ doesn't talk about the next one, I think he's going to talk about he's a bad person. But let's go. Let's give it off to JJ. What's your next one?
I'm on the spot. Well,
There's
one game y'all didn't mention yet.
Yes.
Well, there's a game. The best independent game of the year, and the one I've been playing, and I've been playing the last couple nights is Kenna. Kenna was a Bridge of Spirits.
Yep. Her name is Kena, you son of a bitch. No, I'm just
Actually, there's 2 that you haven't mentioned.
Kena.
That one you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kenna is I know they tried to hype it up before the PS5 came out, and then it just died. And I don't know why, man. It's such a fantastic game. The combat,
the world,
story,
the animation.
Yeah, the little rocks are so fucking cute.
Yeah.
And you can put them in hats. I mean, they made it really adorable, but still dark as fuck.
A lot of rumors. Sony's picking up that studio pretty soon.
Yeah, but I still playing it. I'm on the final boss. Oh, man, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I don't know what else to say about it. If it's on sale, I think everyone should play this game.
Yeah, this for an indie type game, man. You know, obviously it had Sony money, it had the budget, you could see it, but the animation was so it's like very Pixar. Like, is that the right word? Is it Illumination? It's like that. It's like one of those. It's a very Disney-esque animation. It's so high quality. It's like, damn, like that is really good for in the independent studio. So they have some really talented people there. Very excellent. It won, I think, 1 or 2 Game Awards. I think 1 at least.
Best. I think that's one best, like, whatever, animation or whatever. Best.
Art direction, maybe? Art direction,
yeah.
Like, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful game. Sony, won a lot of hardware again. Won a lot of hardware again, showcasing a lot of their games. Returnal, Ratchet. This they had an excellent year again, and they're only going to get better and more. Like next year is going to be crazy. I'm going to hopefully bring these guys back in a couple of weeks, and we're going to talk about 2022 and what we expect, what surprises and stuff. But we're not ending yet. I'm not doing that. But your turn, Lou. Go ahead. What's your next one? Next thing or whatever.
My next thing.
Yeah, anything. Movies, TV, whatever. Whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah.
You don't have any more games?
Jeez.
You don't want to talk about the greatest game ever?
No. I'm not going to talk about Life is Strange.
You don't want to talk about the greatest game ever? That is loose in the cart?
Yours is still sealed, too. I'm keeping mine sealed. It's just a collector's item.
Well, yeah.
Can't break the case on that.
I don't know if you guys could hear it, but it's loose. It's not in the.
I am excited to play it.
Me too. Go ahead, Lou. What's your next one? Sorry.
Probably MLB The Show was one of my favorites this year.
Excellent game.
The show was really good this year. It was best sports game out there besides NHL. I really loved this year's NHL, but
JJ,
last year was.
He's wrong.
Last year was. Huh?
The best sports game this year is clearly Mario Golf. Duh, dude.
No.
Snubbed for Game of the Year. So I am pissed off now. Podcast over. Triggered. Go ahead, Lou. Sorry.
If you hit the ball at the same time as the other person? It's crazy.
I thought, usually sports games are just kind of like something that I play to get by the time and play with people.
Yeah.
It's the best thing to, really connect with people and bond and make a friendship. NHL was pretty decent this year. I had a lot of fun with last year's game. 19 was good. What was it, 22 this year? So it was 20. It was 20 a couple of years back, and then 21 was last year.
Yep.
NHL. So.
And we met you in 21.
Which one?
No,
we met in 19.
No, 20. 20, I think we met him in. Yeah, 20. Because we were the Flint, Michigan Tropics in 20. And 21, Purple Cobras. And now we're the Nightmen.
Yep. MLB was, I usually don't play the My Team mode. I really enjoyed the Diamond Dynasty mode in that game.
Yeah, it's really fun.
I enjoyed the Road to the Show. I always enjoy the Road to the Show. It's one of my favorites, and we did a nice little league that had one World Series winner, and we never finished the second one. That's okay, though, because probably the person that was going to win it Never mind. We'll save that for another day. But yeah, I really enjoyed MLB the show. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot compared to a lot of sports games in past years. I enjoyed 2K20, but I really don't enjoy the community. I really don't enjoy 2K as much and how they design the game. 2K22 is just to me. So yeah, MLB was a highlight for me, and baseball. As a Mets fan.
I won't say it again. Mario Golf snubbed.
I'll say that with the show is falling into the same patterns that other sports games fall in, where their franchise mode is really going downhill.
Yeah,
and that's kind of how Madden is, and it makes it, like you said, though they put so much content in that game, and they really, for the Diamond Dynasty people, and a lot of it is what Madden struggles with, and what other is the solo stuff. Not all of us play online against people.
Yeah.
So them to give you enough solo shit to do to really build your, you can build a 99 overall team is pretty cool. I think they do a good job with that. But
that's what's so rewarding about it, is that I didn't play a single game against people online this year.
Yeah.
And I treat it as like my franchise, because I'm so used to doing. I'm really tired of the franchise modes. 2K tries to do them different, but I get so bored with playing on the hardest difficulty, because I played on the hardest difficulty in basketball for the longest time. I know how to manipulate the bots.
Yeah,
so it doesn't become fun.
There's always something you can figure
fun
out.
To me. Yep, it doesn't. It just doesn't become fun to me anymore.
Yeah,
and that's kind of where I am with 2K. Is that it's not really fun for me.
I think outside of the actual, like you said, the actual gameplay of 2K. Yeah. They have the best franchise with the stuff outside of the actual playing the games. Like if you're just gonna sim it, they do the best job. The what you can do, like 4-team trades, and you can do all kinds of the things they can do with their and stuff that other franchise modes should take into account. But like you said, it's unless you make the sliders almost impossible for you to win. Even putting on the hardest difficulty. I mean, I just beat in Madden. I just beat a team 56-14.
Yeah.
And it gets to the point where I found 6 new plays I like to run now, because I'm just fucking around.
Yeah, because you get to a point where it's like, man, I'm actually bored within this game that's supposed to be hard. And then you just start to, and you find new ways to manipulate the bot. You find better ways, and, it kind of gets boring. MLB, I'm not there at all. It's just, I'll probably be there a long time from now, 3-4 years. But like I said, I kind of replaced the Diamond Dynasty aspect, the franchise that I like to play, with the Diamond Dynasty. So that's kind of what I've been doing. And then, it was just so good this year that, a sports game could be refreshing to play, whereas the other ones I kind of get mad at, especially 2K. Madden, forget it. I have no faith in Madden. Like I play it every year to get the plat, but like I watch y'all play it, and I enjoy being a spectator in your league and watching your games. But it's, I don't know, like it's really frustrating to watch it. Then you watch football every Sunday, and it's not even close to a simulator. Not even.
No, it is a lot more fun. The one sports game where I can say it's a lot more fun for me to actually play people than it is to play the computer. It just gets repetitive. But I gotta bounce, guys.
Yep. Take it easy. We'll finish up.
Merry Christmas. I'll holler at you later.
Merry
Bye, GG Nathan.
All right, JJ. See you later.
Yep. Talk to you later. Bye.
Yep. My next one I want to go to is I want to shout out P5 Strikers, because I didn't talk about it enough. I do want to talk just a little bit, because I wasn't able to do a spoiler cast for you guys, and I know a lot of you were wondering about it, but I felt like this was just a perfect sequel in a lot of ways. It showed a lot of things I was probably afraid of the most in Persona series. Action combat, pretty much no school system, no social links. and they did it well. All three of those things, they did it well. They did it without, the high school setting and stuff like that. A really fun summer road trip with these characters. Haru got to shine a lot more. A lot of callbacks to previous Persona games. The two new Phantom Thieves are excellent. They are so fun. It was such a damn good game. Really good game. Just wanted to shout out that next one. You got anything else, Lou? Because I got a few more things.
Yeah, it's.
I'm shocked you didn't talk about like Loki or something. I figured you guys would be talking about the TV shows a little bit more. I was shocked you haven't.
Well, I didn't watch a lot of TV this year. I mean, except for the pro wrestling, I think AEW is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Pro wrestling really brought it this year, to be quite honest. We're coming back from recent events in our world.
I figured you'd bring like Walking Dead up or something. Because I know you watched a lot more TV than I have, for sure.
Yeah, but you kind of I watch more TV, but you kind of watch more anime.
Yeah.
So, I did catch up on Attack on Titan this year. It was good. It was really good. My Hero, I saw the My Hero movie.
Yeah.
In theater. So that was good. Me and the three people really enjoyed it that were in theater. I got to sit wherever I want. Nobody said anything. So I got up.
If you guys have never, I know we're laughing at that and stuff, but if you guys never went to like an anime movie in a theater, it's excellent. It's so fun. It's so cool to see, your favorite, one of your favorite animes on the big screen. It's so cool. It's so excellent. It's really fun, especially with the surround sound and shit. Awesome.
Yeah, it was a cool experience. It was a different one, I will say. Gosh, what else? Loki was good, but it was probably one of my favorites. But some of the Marvel stuff I kind of have to roll my eyes with.
Yeah.
So,
they're definitely kind of headed in that direction and stuff for sure.
Yeah.
My next one, I'm gonna shout out. I'm gonna shout out a particular anime. I watched a few this year. I haven't watched all the new ones. I'm still like behind on Attack on Titan and My Hero. I'm a little behind on those. But I want to shout out one that's older. It's not even this year's anime, but I watched it. Shout out to Prandy, friend of the show. He watched it after me. But we have like similar tastes. But I want to shout out Rent a Girlfriend. Because it's something I never thought it was going to be. Like, I thought it was just kind of be rom-com harem nonsense. But it ended up being a show a lot deeper than that. A lot deeper. Like, the frustrations of being being a virgin in college. Having your girlfriend dump you after a month. And you're, like, fudged up emotionally for a year. Like, for years until you find the next one. Like, that's the whole premise of the show, is that he dates this beautiful girl. She dumps him immediately as he gets in college. Friends making fun of him because he's a V. Which is nothing wrong with. Not trying to hate on anybody that is. Just saying. but it's just funny. It's just a lot of it, it brings back, memories of youth and shit, and like the shit we've all been through a little bit. And it was so well done. And it's, he ends up renting a girlfriend to kind of make his problems go away. And he realizes that really doesn't do it. He ends up getting confused and shit. And it's such a good, and I cannot wait for season 2. And with these particular harem animes, you kind of have a horse in the race. Like, you cheer for the one girl to win, and you just hope she wins it. And it never really sometimes they do the cliche thing, but man, the deep layers of a show called Rent a Girlfriend, man, I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was excellent. I thought it was a really fun show with a lot of weight to it, a lot of emotion to it, and also a lot of fun, a lot of comedy into it because of the situation. There is some anime in it, like, of course, the the first Rent-A-Girlfriend you rent. Of course, she lives next to you now. And then she goes to your school. Like, some of that shit. Very anime. Like it. But it's just fun. It's really good. If you have not seen it, I want to shout it out. Of course, I am watching Demon Slayer Season 2. I watched Demon Slayer this year. And man, out of the shonens, it was so good. It was so excellent. Very good story. I want to pick up the damn video game. I haven't had a chance to. Too many games this year. But I want to shout out Demon Slayer. I'm watching Season 2 right now. The Mugen Train movie was excellent. I wish I would have saw it in theaters. I wish I would have saw the Mugen Train movie because it was really, really damn good. Really, really fun. Powerful characters. One of the best shonens out there, Demon Slayer. And then I want to also shout out Jujutsu Kaisen, which is another shonen jump I watched this year, and I was like, damn, that one's really good too. That one, I cannot wait for Season 2. The movie's dropping tomorrow in Japan, I think. Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen, both very dark shonens that deal with demons and stuff. Very cool. Very something I don't really expect from a shonen. I'm thinking, like, when I think shonen jump and stuff, I'm thinking Dragon Ball and frickin' One Piece and Naruto's and stuff, but I'm not thinking demons. But these two are excellent. Are just so good, so excellent, so deep. Like My Hero. My Hero is a great shonen jump. Great. If you haven't watched anime, My Hero is a perfect one to get into. But man, I want to shout out those three. I'm trying to remember. I've watched more than that, but those are like the three big ones that stick in my head right now, and they were excellent, and they were just great action, great animation. If you haven't watched Demon Slayer, I highly suggest it's everywhere. It's on Netflix, Hulu, Funimation, I think Crunchyroll. Go watch Demon Slayer. Jujutsu Kaisen, if you have HBO Max, that's the best place to watch it because there's no damn commercials. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting through a shit ton of commercials. I think they just put it on Funimation, too, by the way. So definitely go check those out. Animes. I always try to shout out a couple animes every year when we do our 2021 memories because it's... I do watch... I'll get into moods where I'll watch a lot of anime and then I'll get out of the mood where I'm just playing a lot of video games. This month, I've been watching a lot more... I've been watching a lot more Dragon Ball Super because I've been playing a lot of DBZ Fighters. A game I bought on sale like a year ago. Well, I started to get back into it, so I'm like, oh, let me watch Super again. Because I never finished it. So, I'm watching it again, and man, it's fun. Dragon Ball Super, so excellent. But I would recommend the other ones a lot more, because it might be hard for people to jump into Dragon Ball, because you might not know all the references and callbacks they're doing in Super, where Jujutsu Kaisen's new, Demon Slayer's new, in terms of animation, anime, not like the manga or anything like that. But My Hero, I'd recommend those ones, like, and of course Rent-A-Girlfriend. Go watch that one. Oh, I gotta shout out Season 2 of Quintessential Quintuplets. That was awesome. That was a fun one. Another harem comedy. But man, that was a really fun one. That was another fun one. If you haven't watched that one, go watch Season 1, then go watch Season 2. They're doing a movie, I think, next year on that one. Another one I wouldn't think I would watch, but damn, it's a real funny one. And a lot of hilarious shenanigans. There's a lot of anime this year I haven't watched and stuff like that. But those are some of the biggest ones I can name. You got anything else, Lou, that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, now that you brought it up, I did end up watching and catching up with Cobra Kai.
Oh!
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I want to watch that.
Yeah, it is a really good show. I watched the first 3 seasons. Season 4 is coming out December 31st. No, that's not a hold date. That's the actual date.
Yeah, so very soon, right? Very soon here?
Yeah. Yep, so that's actually, they've been showing trailers and everything, and man, I gotta tell you, it is so good. You get to really see, how similar 2 characters are from the first movie. in that show.
Ralph Macchio.
Yep. So, and
evil.
I know we talked about this earlier. I really do believe How I Met Your Mother kind of
brought it. Yeah, I think it did. I really think it spurred interest again. I do really think so.
Yeah.
Another excellent classic show is How I Met Your Mother.
They're gonna have How I Met Your Father, right?
I think they got canned. Like they wanted to do it, but they never did. Like they just pulled the plug.
No, I think that's actually happening.
It's coming back now?
That's having a 2022
Okay, it's coming back now because it was canned for a while. Because they wanted to do it after season 8.
Yeah, you're right, but I know recently that made like headways that they were actually going to do one.
That's pretty cool.
So they got the cast, I think, and everything. If I remember reading it correctly, so which I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah,
but
you might be right. You might be right. I'm trying to remember if I missed any games. I think Back for Blood. Oh, we didn't talk about this one yet.
You did miss one. I mean, you played this game like 6 times.
Oh, man.
I don't know if you remember.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if you can see me. I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember because what am I missing that we loved this year?
I mean, you played it. JJ's played it. It was one of the games I thought you all were going to mention, but you mentioned Kenner. It was it was at the Game Awards. This game.
Oh, Resident Evil Village, man! Damn.
Yeah, you didn't mention Resident Evil. I watched you play that like 2 times.
I played the hell out of that game. I was so close to the platinum in that game. Of course, I got to mention Village. I will always. You guys heard me in my spoiler cast, and I still stand by this. I always will believe Resident Evil is a third-person game. That's its true nature, but I cannot deny how fun Resident Evil 8 was. Resident Evil 8 Village was an excellent action horror game. Really fun. Lou watched me play. A lot of people. I played it and beat it 6 times, like Lou mentioned. So close to play. I gotta do my knife run, and that's it. I've just been lazy to do it because I beat it so much. But what especially with the 3D audio and the werewolves and Lady Dimitrescu, that whole castle area, the whole start of that game is so excellent. It's a really amazing start and experience. And wow, Lou is right. I almost forgot about one of my favorite franchises of all time. It came out pretty early though, right? Or no, it came out February, right?
February, yeah.
Came out pretty early and loved it, man. I loved it from beginning to end. I got my 4K TV around that time, and it was a game changer. Playing the game, the sounds, the motion. I'm excited to see RE4 remake whenever they do it. I wish they would do Code Veronica or Dino Crisis or something else, but I don't. You can't hate that. They're gonna make a lot of money. RE4 is gonna make a shit ton of money, so why not do it, right? It's one of the ones I feel like they don't need to do, but I understand it. It's not like I won't be hyped for it, but Village, man, it was an excellent roller coaster ride from beginning to end. I'm glad it did really well. It was reviewed really well. I did say it was a pretender, though, and it ended up being true. I think Maggie, for Lady Dimitrescu, she won it. Congratulations to her. She was Lady Dimitrescu became a phenomenon. And she's so in the game so little. She's so little. She's not in the game that long. She's the first boss of the game. Because there's the 4 lords and stuff that you got to fight. But she has an impact. She has an impact. Very well performed. Really fun character. She has a lot of the Nemesis type action. So she's stalking you throughout the castle and shit. It's fun, especially when you first see it happening. It's like, oh shit, it scares you. I'm kind of immune to it at this point. Also, the one particular scene with the baby, a lot of people freak out of that. I remember Lou. Lou had a pretty good jump because he wasn't expecting it, and I just ran through it because I already knew.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck was that?
And
Oh,
that
don't worry about it.
yeah, literally, I'm like, don't worry about it. He's fine. He ain't gonna get me. Well, the baby is man, holy shit! Like, just if you want to laugh your ass off, go on YouTube and watch um Resident Evil 8, baby compilation, and just see all these Twitch streamers and YouTubers just freak out. Like, it's so funny because it is haunting, especially when you hear in your headset the wail of the baby. Like, it's so good. It's such a fun ride, and I think, is it good as RE2 remake the previous year? No, I think RE2 remake definitely was, or in 19 RE2 remake definitely probably should have won Game of the Year, and it did. It won in other places and stuff, but probably like that was a really good year for gaming itself. With Sekiro, Death Stranding, and RE2 remake, with Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out as well that year. That was a crazy year. 2022 is going to be a big year as well. I want to talk a little bit of Back 4 Blood because Lou, JJ, and I played a little bit of it, and we're having a lot of fun with it. It is basically Left 4 Dead. I mean, same studio. Tencent just picked these guys up. Very fun game. We're having a lot of fun with it. Especially with JJ. What, another fun one? I haven't played Deathloop yet. So I'm interested to dive in eventually, but I'm probably going to finish Far Cry 4 and maybe even Tales before I do Deathloop. Maybe not. We'll see. I kind of have the itch to open it up and install it. But yeah, you have to shout out RE8. Shout out Left 4 Blood as well. I think it was excellent. What were your thoughts of Left 4 Blood, Luke?
Back 4 Blood. Back 4 Blood.
Back 4 Blood. I'm sorry. I keep mixing the damn two.
I think it's very fun. I think it would be fun if we had a full team of 4. Because the bot is a little.
Elo.
Huh?
I'm whispering
What?
Elo. Elo.
Oh. Yeah. A
Spider-Man?
fourth.
Tom Holland? He could be our fourth.
Well, we keep getting a random, and the random stays for the
first part
stays.
and then leaves, yeah.
Yeah, and then he's gone. So it'd be nice to have one
fourth.
more with us.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think it would help a lot for sure because it can get tough. Especially that game is no joke. That game, you should start on novice. You shouldn't go right to hard or normal. You should probably start on novice and learn the ins and outs of the mechanics for sure. Very mechanically inclined game to learn because the zombies are crazy in that game. It's so good, so innovative, but it reminds me a lot of Left 4 Dead for sure.
Yep.
Anything else, Lou?
I think that's it for me.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead. Sorry.
Shout out to my Mets. Let's see if we're gonna do a shout out portion of the podcast.
Yeah.
Shout out to my Mets for being aggressive. Shout out for the hire of Buck Showalter. Shout out and getting Max Scherzer. Let's see. Shout out to AEW. You were really good this year. The Adam Cole signing was good. Let's see. That day was actually pretty good with Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson being revealed. That was a good pay-per-view.
They brought CM Punk back this year too, so it's been big for them.
Yeah, they brought CM Punk back. John Cena came back for a while. Lesnar's back, and he's really good as a face right now.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is doing his thing finally after like 10 years as a heel, which he should have been for a long time. It's been a good year for pro wrestling.
Yeah, Lou, you can't see him right now, but he's got a Roman's bitch shirt on right now.
I got
Merry
one. Make sure you go get yours.
All right. I think that's all. It was an excellent 2022 for gaming, movie, TV, manga. Such a fun year. I'm excited to see what 2022 holds. Shout out to Lou and JJ for helping me out a lot on the channel. Shout out to Chad the Bearded Wonder for helping me out on the channel. All the previous guests I had, but Lou did a lot of the work this year. But shout out to Chad, he helped out too, and shout out to JJ, he helped out when he could. Angry Steve, and many others. I had so many people that have been on the channel before, but shout out to all you know who you are. A lot of love. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. We'll be back in a couple weeks to bring. I'm gonna try to snag JJ back and Lou, and we'll make sure JJ can stay this time, and we'll do our 2022 thoughts on gaming and what we think is going to happen and what games we're looking forward to and stuff. But I like doing this pod, going down memory lane. The year went by quick, like holy F and beep, right? Like it flew by. A lot of fun games this year. I hope I didn't miss any. There's still so many I need to play. Played a lot of games this year, and I'm excited for the future. Gaming's in a good place. Especially in the JRPG side, I'm excited to see where it goes. A lot of Persona news we're going to probably get next year, right? Probably 2022 will probably end with a Persona 6 announcement, which will be pretty exciting. So it's going to be fun. Lou's playing Royal right now. You guys are going to get Strikers for free, the sequel to Royal, which is awesome. It's excellent. I'm hoping JJ will dive into some of these, like Tails and Scarlet, and get back into Strikers. It's tough. So many games, so little time to play for all of us. We all got our own lives and things going on. But I'm so appreciated to everybody that's been on this channel, everybody that has subbed to this channel, everybody that continues to show us love. Like, thank you so much. It's so fun doing this. On here, and I know I got to get back into streaming. I know a lot of you are like, where are you on Twitch? Like, I'll get back. Don't worry, we'll get back on. My mom had surgery earlier this year, and it threw me off the whole year. It threw me off from streaming. So, and she's fine. Don't worry if anyone's gonna know. It was fine. It was nothing serious. But it threw me off. It threw me off for a little while. But it's been a fun year. I am so excited for what's coming. We got a pretty packed next year with Horizon, God of War, all the other surprises that are going to happen. Maybe Final Fantasy 16, if we're lucky. Gran Turismo, Tiny Tina. We're going to be talking all about all these in a couple weeks. But again, I am really appreciative for the GG Nation, GG Legion. To the friends that are on the pod, Chad, Lou, JJ. Love all y'all. Appreciate it. I hope you guys have a happy Happy New Year. A Merry Christmas. It's coming up in a couple days. We'll be back in a couple weeks. I've been your fellow Strassman of the GG. Make sure you smash the hell of the like button. Comment down below. What was some of your favorite memories from 2022? And sub if you're new. And hit that noti bell. That's Lou. Shout out to JJ again. We're outie.
See ya.